And we're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. We're here to play some Fantasy Age, Thunder Rift. Um, yeah, it was an eventful session last time. You all started off on Drake Mesa, and then you took a job for some goblins to go kill some three-quarterlings, and you did so in fantastic style. Um, yeah, and then took your travel back to their based out of the village of Klein. And so yeah, we're going to be picking up with you all making it back to Klein to, tell them the good news. But I guess before we get into that, let's do some character introductions. I'll let Jeff take us away.
Yeah, I should have. I always forget to practice the voice. Okay. I am Bulreg, son of Bulreg. Saxons and Danes living together. There we go. That's it, right there. I am Bulreg, son of Bulreg. I am a very large orc. I'm very tall and strong. I'm a warrior. I am not nearly as uh, intelligent when it comes to military tactics as my friend Bart, but I can swing a hammer, and one day I will ride a giant dung beetle into battle alongside him. And I look forward to that day.
Absolutely wonderful. Jeremy.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Luis. I'm really old elf. I'm tired of this shit. I'm not big or strong like Bulwark over there. I'm just a mean son of a bitch. But the job gets done.
Yeah. John.
Yeah, I'm Brawl. I'm not from around these parts. I am lost in a strange land of shitty work places and other weird things. So I'm having a wonderful time, mostly insulting Bullreg.
Yeah. Bert.
I'm playing Bohai, currently unfleshed.
Mm-hmm.
I had a minor mishap. The bones are out. I am the devoted of the one still.
There you go.
And I miss having a stomach and a digestive system.
Yeah.
Already, it's only been a few hours.
Yeah. So, those of you unfamiliar with the lore of this setting, skeletons animated, they have their own country, the USSR, or better known as the United Skeletal Socialist Republic. And they are at odds with the Metro, a large capitalist metropolitan area. But the thing is, skeletons will send, sleeper agents out. And when they die, the skeletons just stand up out of the meat suit and continue on. And it turns out that Bohai was one of those. And so since he was killed, he's been, walking around as a skeleton. Of course, outside of the USSR territory, it's a little sketch. So he's been in disguise.
I'm covered. Yes, I'm covered now in leather armor and a cloak to hide my thinness.
Yeah. And Dan, he does exist back there, but he is on a work call. So tonight, Bart is being played by Gary Busey, being played by Dan. And as soon as Dan is done with his, work stuff, he'll show up and I'll banish Gary Busey back to the inner tube that he came from. It'll be great. All right. So yeah, you all, it's late. You've just slain countless three-quarterlings. As you return back to the Klein, you come across that wooden wall, still scarred from constant attacks. But as you're approaching, you can see the guards up top. They see you from the distance. They start calling out, and you can hear all sorts of commotion coming from inside the city. And as you approach, they swing the doors open, and you can see the streets are just filled with goblins just cheering in excitement that you've returned and hope that you got the job done. How do you all want to handle this?
Bulreg, they seem to like you here.
They do.
Bulreg will grab his good friend Bart. He will lift him high in the sky, and he will say, "Worship him! This is the military brilliance that has liberated your town. He is the greatest military mind." And I'm just swinging him around like
Is
a
this the Lion
ragdoll.
King scene where you're holding up the
it's
young?
absolutely embarrassing what's happening to him. Like,
Amazing.
cheer for him, Bart. And that's it. That's all Bullreg knows how to cheer, just like the one word cheer. And he would just continue to. He'll try to.
I will try and. Oh, Bart!
Yeah, the crowd
Yes.
gets into it. There's Bart, 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 Bart going through the entire city. Eventually, a plump, well-dressed elderly goblin. She wanders up to you, leaning heavily on a gnarled old cane. You've all done well tonight. You've done well. You've saved my fair city. I cannot thank you enough, but I just wish I had some kind of reward I could give to you, besides our gratitude. Perhaps you would care for, we could put a feast together for you tonight. Oh snap, Captain. Thank you. 300 bits is a banked reroll. You need to throw another 200 up there if you want a complication. And totally they'll get the name wrong and they'll just call him Fart.
Oh God, we're gonna have to kill
Oh,
some
there it
goblins
is. All
tonight.
right.
And if he's the greatest military mind, would that make him a brain fart?
He is the brain fart. So yeah, the city's just cheering, fart, fart, fart.
This is wrong. This is incorrect. You are wrong. Get it right now.
They're really feeling it though. You motivated them
Yeah.
so much. No.
It's-
The font comes from the heart for the goblin people.
You need to give me a communication test there, Borg. Oh, snap.
Oh, okay.
Melissa, thanks for the sub.
Let's see. A 10.
Yeah, that's plenty good. Yeah, eventually you yell loud enough that eventually confused the stream of chanting does start converting to Bart. But you have a feeling that this could have long-lasting impact on these goblins referring to Bart as Fart.
Could become Biffert or Biffart or Fibart.
There you go. Oh,
This is
you
literally
got it, Captain.
Bullreg's only purpose in life is to ensure proper recognition of his dear friend Bart.
Mhm.
I will go up to the leader of this goblin town, and I will say, holding up Bart like he is a ragged kitten, this here is Bart. He is the reason that you have a town today, and you will get his name correct, or I will return. And if you thought those things that we fought last week, whose names I can't remember, were tough, wait until you see me. And then I will drop Bart in front of him.
That just informs me of a couple of things I want to do. Number one, I need to go find that little goblin kid and his mother. They're like, look, your city's safe. We killed all of them. Here's a gold coin. That's for your family.
Oh, thank you,
Some that
mister.
goes to get the kid a gun.
Thank you.
You
I
get to
wanna-
take a whole gold coin, but you got to let the kid have a gun.
The mother is very conflicted about this. A gold coin is a lot, and
I
it will
know.
get them a long, long way. But also a gun in the hands of a child.
It's okay. You hold it when it's time for him to train. But like,
I'll whisper to her, he didn't say you have to buy ammo.
it's a good point. Let him buy his own ammo.
Oh, snap. Too old throwing some bits. He wants a truth that our friend Bohai obtains an Egger suit. I'll have to put some thought to that, Too old.
The other thing is, I want to take out some of the compass I have, pass these around to the other kids, and remind them to all cheer for Fart.
Oh, God. Yeah.
I
Okay.
would like to scan the crowd to see if anyone isn't cheering.
Yeah.
Like if anyone is suspiciously looking.
Yeah.
not so happy
This is
about
going to be
things.
a perception test. Yeah. You get a 9. Not terrible. Oh my gosh, my child is running through here for his life. Okay. Yeah. Everyone seems to be really cheering, excited. I'll tell you what, as you scan the crowd, you do pick up that you are not the only skeleton here. The crowd, there's not a lot of them, but interspersed throughout the crowd, there is a handful, maybe, up to like 10 or so of skeletal goblins joining in on the cheer as well. Wow.
I'm going to try to get a song going.
Okay.
In
Yeah.
addition to the chant, and just really get some music going and
communication. Yeah.
sure.
Oh wow. Yeah, you did good. Yeah. Why don't you tell us how this song goes?
It's just the song is really just with the lyrics are just fart, fart, fart. Occasionally we slip into Bart. It gets a little confusing.
Okay.
But it's a very very papa, very polka kind of feel. We're going with the goblins. There's a lot of twirling.
Okay.
There's some dancing. Yeah.
Yeah, you
People get wiped out.
Yeah, it turns and starts turning into a party. Now, the mayor, as the dancing and the chanting starts breaking out, kids are being given copper coins to chant fart. The mayor is straining very much so to talk to Bullrig and Bart over, and she's like, my old ears, I just can't pick up. Could we go somewhere, maybe to the tavern, and talk privately for a moment, so that way we can actually hear each other?
Of course, lead the way.
Okay. So yeah, and she especially gestures to Bullrig, and let's not forget the hero of the town, Lord Bart. Yeah, she takes you to the tavern. Tavern's empty at this point. Everyone's out in the streets in celebration. Well, I was thinking of throwing you a feast or a party, but it looks like everyone else has already started. How did it go? How many were there? Were there any stragglers or any survivors?
I mean, it's possible. They're so tiny. And there's all the little nooks and crannies in there, but like, oh man, Borig over there, like he brought the house down on them. Just smushed to pieces. It was beautiful.
It's quite impressive. You all are quite an impressive band of adventurers. Oh, snap. Shantarazini, 300 bits. That's a banked reroll. Thank you. Someone should track that, because I certainly won't. I'm going to ask you all a question here, and it may be a bit forward of me. Do you all have a home?
Technically, but it's nowhere near here.
I mean, in as much as like it's where the heart is, sort of thing.
Well,
because we're not bums.
Yeah, I asked.
Definitely not.
Specifically because and it might be a bit selfish of me for this reasoning, but I hope you can forgive me for it. Having a group of adventurers like you calling our little town home would be fantastic. It would dissuade any potential troublemakers that might want to show up, and if things go sideways, another attack by 3 quarterlings, you would be on hand. We have a house. We've been working on fixing it up. It's a rather large house for the town, one of the old stone structures. It was burnt out a long while ago, but we've been putting it back together.
I mean, that sounds real generous to me.
Yeah.
If just no cost.
I'm good with that.
And
Bullrig?
Wait, do you perhaps have other enemies you're not telling us about that makes this town a focal point of aggression?
no, not in particular.
It's totally fine if that's the case.
No, I mean, really, no, we don't. But I mean, you have to look at what we are. We're a small town out in the middle of nowhere, not directly involved with the Metro or the USSR. That unaffiliated status does make us a bit of a target for those looking to, plunder those weaker than them. And there's the other issue where, we welcome everyone, flesh or not, and that has made us. There's some groups that actively try and hunt down skeletal folks outside of, if they're outside of the bone curtain. It's like I said, it would be very beneficial. I mean, look, to your question though, no, we don't really have any other named persistent enemies, but danger is always around.
What is the condition of your souls? I see no temple, no building, no simple altar to the
Wasn't
one
there
here.
a conifer?
Yeah, I think there was a shrine to Conifer. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we're simple.
A minor godling, but adequate.
Yeah. I mean, I can show you the house. It's in rough condition. We've been working on it, but it sat long and burnt out for quite a while. The stone's still good. It's just, putting the framing back inside. We've been working on that.
I mean, hey, more often than not, we're sleeping on dirt and rocks. So this is a roof.
Yeah.
That's, we're here and that's here. So
I'm in.
just out of curiosity, don't take this the wrong way. Last person who was cool with all sorts of different groups living together, it got awkward for us. You're not secretly some sort of potato mess with my brain right now, are you? Because if you are, you have to tell me.
I don't think they do, but also we aren't. One good thing about one boon to our location is that the ground is too wet around these parts for the potatoes to grow freely.
Sold.
I prefer to not get yammed again. That sounds good.
If you would like me to show you the house tonight, we maybe got an hour or two before we'll have to be back inside.
One last question for
Yeah.
my friend Bullrig here. What is the milk situation in this town?
We have some
It is
goats.
very important. Goats, Bullrig, goats.
Not many of them, but we do have some. Heroes like you, I'm sure you would be bringing in plenty of coin. And we do have much of the town still sets in ruins. I mean, if you have a use for something, we'd be happy to, allow you access if you wanted to set up a farm or something like that within the town. It's pretty much just us, our houses along the walls where we've rebuilt, and then also against the lake. We have some there along with the docks that we use for fishing. But the center and the southern parts of town are still, we haven't done anything with yet.
To the shelter, then. Let's
Yeah.
see it.
Let's
Sure.
check this place out.
I want all of you. Why don't you go and give me a perception test while she escorts you over there?
Possibly site related.
Yeah. Looks. Oh wow, y'all are doing good. Blue Eighth, you got a 20. Bow High, 10 is the lowest. 10 is what I was looking for on this. So here's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get quite a bit of information. The map isn't quite accurate with what you're seeing. Klein itself is a little bit closer to like the cliff walls, just a preface for that. But as you're moving through the town, it hasn't rained in a handful of days, but the ground here, like she mentioned before, is just soaked. Boots squish underneath on the soft ground, puddles stand everywhere. All the wood looks very damp and wet. Another thing you notice is that many of the people that live here, it's very much shanty style, crude wooden houses and whatnot. Everyone looks to be in some form of poverty. She's taking you kind of towards the south west of town. And there's a lot more stone structure and building here, but you can see a lot of it's in ruined, collapsed walls, burnt out husks where all that remains is just the stone outer work. But eventually you do reach at one point you're going to guess it was probably like an estate of some kind. The land around it, probably the grounds around it, look like it started being worked for like farmland style. Looks like they're in the start of putting crops in there. And it looks like the house has had some work done on it. It's got a very, very kind of crude and rough roof on it. It's 2 stories tall, looks fairly wide. Like I said, probably, an estate, not quite mansion sized, but a large sized house, especially in this area. Oh yeah, here it is. This could be all yours. Of course, we've started working the land. Here we share all the food, so I hope that won't be an issue. You'll get your fair share of it as well. If you help out in it, you'll get more. But she takes you in. The door is just very crude, rough wooden door, hanging with some leather straps pounded into the old frame. As she opens it, you can see all the windows are gone. There's no windows or anything on it at this point. The flooring is extremely crude and rough, uneven, but you can tell it's freshly done, maybe just a few months old. There's some stairs going upstairs that are kind of in the same state. New, workable, but definitely not high quality craftsmanship. Right now, we don't have any rooms yet. We're just getting the main structure and the supports, and then we're going to start arranging the interior of it. There is a cellar down below. It wasn't touched by the fire, but given the age of things, everything down there, dry rot or just regular rot it's all gone south. But we hadn't had any real plans on this yet. It's with our crops, which is good, but it's kind of rests a ways from where everyone else has been staying. So no one has been up to the task of trying to move in here yet, but it's large enough for all of you, I think. Would you be interested?
Sure.
Yeah,
Thank
this is
you.
great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Very well. I think in honor of our hero of the night, Casa de Bart, we'll have our sign makers put something out front. It's getting a little late. We can't have any cots or sleeping mats or anything brought over to you tonight. We will need to get back inside here soon. So if you all want to stay the night here, you're welcome to, but you'll definitely be roughing it. Or you're welcome to come back to the tavern, and I'm sure there's rooms there for you you could use.
And drinks.
Sounds good.
We do
Dancing.
have some drinks and dancing, yes.
Indeed.
Well,
I'm just throwing at the tavern for now.
very well. We have food there as well, so yeah. She escorts you back across town to the tavern. She talks to the barkeep. He'll get you set up with food for those of you who eat. They've only got one room left upstairs, but they get cots and blankets and everything set up for you all up there. It's all on the house tonight. Please eat, drink, and in the morning you're welcome to return and start making plans for your house. We'll still have workers in and out of there for a while. Yeah, that's great being able to count you as residents of Klein. This is fantastic. Okay, I'll take my leave as she wanders off into the night.
Look at that. Got a whole Casa de Bar over here.
Yeah. Now they're definitely not going to get his name wrong.
What do you think, Bullrig? Should we maybe we have some drinks and we come up with what should the sigil for Bart be?
I like this idea.
Bullreg has not been paying attention. He has spent the entire time, these past few hours, listening carefully to all of those who have gotten the name Barton correctly, and he has made a list of faces. A reckoning will come one day. You will see. You will see. In one manner or another, you will pay for such discourtesy, for being a jerk.
Bart, Bullreg, you're a sensitive guy, aren't you? You care a lot.
Big man's got a big heart.
He does. He does. It's awesome. It's great.
I've been told that it is a possible way I'm going to die. My heart is very much too large. I probably only have 5 to 7 more years to live.
Yeah.
That'd be
be it.
such good years.
Perhaps.
Yep.
Man, only 5 years. Wish I only had 5 years.
So I guess.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
there's ways to arrange that.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, you all kind of settle in for the night. Drinks are available. Food. It's a lot of things that do well growing in very wet environments. A lot of fish, a lot of frogs. Bullreg, they do have those goats, so they're able to provide you some milk. Lots of foraged foods. But it's a decent meal. Hearty, fresh, organic, I guess would be a way to put it. And yeah, you all kind of eat, drink, dancing still going on. Bart's still the toast of the town. And you all retire for the night. Cots, they're goblin-sized cots. So,
I just take the floor.
yeah.
Well, now that I have no need to sleep anymore, I suppose I'll just be on guard.
Yeah. So, it's maybe around the time that you had returned to town, like a rain had started. And by the time everyone settles in, Bohai, you're on guard watch. It turns into a full-blown storm. Lightning, intense wind, just ripping all night long. And it carries through. It's very loud, very hard to probably get rest. The roof is leaking. The windows are rattling. It's rough. But maybe an hour or so before dawn, it clears out. You can hear activity coming back to the town. Hear people downstairs probably getting food ready. So yeah, y'all head back down. They offer you another breakfast, almost the same meal. There's some eggs here and there, some wild eggs, some quail eggs, stuff like that. They throw in with it lots of mushrooms.
Can I
Barkeep,
ask you?
yeah,
Oh, sorry. Can I ask you a question there?
to the
Like-
yeah.
Barkeep, yeah. So like last night, there was a lot of talk like we need to get inside before it's dark. Does it do that every night?
The storm. Yeah, every night.
Okay. That's weird.
Yeah, it's just around the lake too.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. You get used to it. Makes things kind of tough here, but also, keep some things out that otherwise might want to get in.
Yeah, no yams. So okay.
That's true. Yeah. Just, make it indoors before it starts getting real dark in the night and, stay away from the Stormhole. You'll be okay.
Stormhole?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Stormhole. When you head out up on the cliffs along the side, just look towards the lake a little bit more, and there's a big hole up there in the cliffs. That's where the storms come from every night.
Interesting.
Come blowing out like a great plume of smoke. And then, storms all night, and at the end of the night, it just blows away in the wind. Stories that, back in my granddad's day, people went up there and tried to explore it, but, they never came out or they were crispied up from lightning strikes up in there.
Yeah, that'd do it. Do it.
Yeah. So yeah, avoid the Stormhole. You'll be all right.
Okay. All right. Don't go into the funny hole.
Yeah. Get your meal in. What do you guys want to do?
What are you thinking, Louis?
I mean, probably see if they get some else here. There was a couple other jobs back at town you could always pick up on.
Yeah.
If I remember right, we only took out a small way station of these creatures.
It's true.
It looked like there was a larger party, maybe further down.
Well, you followed the small raiding party to the kind of like the where they were all nesting. So you saw a big camp in there with this rock ceiling that you all collapsed by hitting down the pillars and
Oh yeah.
squishy.
So that was the large group.
Yeah.
There is only one thing for us to do, I believe. And I'm surprised none of you have said it. I believe we should go to this Stormhole. It is that which is plaguing this town. We shall take it out. You have decided to pledge ourselves to this town, then we shall take out all of its threats. I do not care whether it's weather or whether it's courtlings or whether it's just very rude people who do not know how to pronounce their hero's name. Whatever it is, we shall clear the threats from Klein. So let us go attack the weather.
Agree.
I'm curious about the Stormhole.
Nice. So, I guess we all raise our swords and pledge to, go hell deep into the hole there.
Let's do the thing we were specifically warned against. All in agreement.
Of course.
Huzzah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hooray.
I mean, that's where all the best things happen. Somebody tells you not to do something. It's usually because there's something important there.
You look them right back at the eye and you do that thing.
Okay.
He is not our dad's. He cannot tell us what to do.
It's true. It's very unlikely he's any of our fathers.
It is.
Much
Very
too
unlikely.
small to be mine. He could be Bart's, though. The size is right. The build.
Bart's a gnome, isn't he?
Yes, but they all look the same to Bullreg. They are very far down for him.
Short people all look the same.
I was just thinking it's that I can never
I see them from the top of their heads.
You can only
I feel ya.
recognize them by their balding patterns.
Yes. Yes, you can see it right here, Bart. Right there. Right down the seam. And splits out like a Y.
I see it.
So yeah, how do you all want to handle? Does look like it's going to be quite a bit of a climb. Everything in this area is slick, wet, and stones at the cliff are definitely going to be tough. Any preparations you all want to do, or just head on over and see what's there?
Should we see if we can get climbing gear or rope? Or
Yeah, I was about to say,
something?
we're going to do that. We do want some legitimate climbing gear.
Okay, yeah. There's a general store in town. Lots of odds and ends here and there. But yeah, they got plenty of rope. They have a smithy in town, but he never made it out of his apprenticeship, so his work is acceptable, not pretty. Maybe, don't trust a sword you get from him. But yeah, grappling hooks, iron pins, stuff like that, they would have it, no problem. I don't have how much it costs at hand, so call it like 5 silver or something easy for you all to get ropes and like a grappling hook and climbing kit.
Yeah.
So yeah, you collect your gear. As you kind of head that direction, it's the Stormhole is like right above the point where the shore of the lake meets the ground and the cliff. So this tri-point where directly above it's where the Stormhole is. It looks like it's 50, 60 feet up. Sheer rock. If anyone wants to do any investigation on it, perception test would be fine.
All right.
I'll
yeah,
take a look.
agreed. Take a look here.
Okay.
Had to tie my shoe.
Yeah. So it definitely looks like it's going to be a rough climb. It's not entirely flat and smooth. There's definitely a lot of like rivulets where water flowing over rock will form those kind of crevices here and there. You can do it. It's going to be tough. Good thing you got climbing gear to help reduce the risk of falling. Like I said, 60 feet up. So if tie 2 ropes together, you'll have a lot left over. If you want to just try and scale it right off the bat, we would just call this a strength test for just the pure might needed to scale this wall.
Stand aside. I shall show you how this is done.
Yeah. Thing is, you've got climbing gear. I'm going to reduce the difficulty just a little bit to cover that adjustment.
My might, you said, would apply here?
Yeah, you can use might here. Yeah. I mean, it's really, if you're just
I shall
going...
fling myself into the hole. With a 17.
You take this grappling hook. And, like some people like underhand or and you get that arch. No, just straight line, and you hear the loud ping as it crackets off the ceiling of this hole. You pull down hard to set this hook, and it's solid. You've got a rope to shimmy up. Yeah, with that 17, I was looking for 15 with the climbing gear. I was going to go 14, so up you go. And the rest of you are now able to follow with this rope in place.
And I will do so.
He makes that look so easy.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah, you make it up. It's almost a perfect circle, just this smooth bore going back. The walls covered with this thick moss. Um, Lots of, yeah, just almost completely smooth, unnaturally smooth as it just stretches on into darkness. Way, way, way down there. Do y'all continue in?
Yes, of course. First, Bullreg will shout as loud as he can. Storms, we are coming for you. Prepare yourselves. We are ready.
Okay. It echoes down, but yeah. You all
What
are
does it sound like when it echoes?
storms, storms, storms. We're coming for you. You. Be ready.
Something,
Ready. Ready.
some sort of magic is afoot. It has changed my voice to sound far more crude and childlike. Not very powerful at all. Be wary. We will need you, Bohai. We will need your magic.
Ready to serve.
Yeah. So yeah, you all set off down this long tunnel. Now every now and then you see splotches of scorched wall. It's tunneling this moss, and it's just in these dancing lines. Very much the impression of like lightning dancing along the walls, just burning the stone. But, you know, very uneventful, straight back, until eventually it opens up into this cavern, large circular domed room. And at this point, you can see that it's very much worked stone. There's a raised kind of like altar in the center, remains of old rotten wood lying around here and there. Yeah. What do y'all want to do?
I want to look at the scorch marks.
Sure.
Yes.
Just give me a perception test. Not great.
Yeah, those are scorch marks.
Yeah, I mean it's just like the other where you can see those I can't think of what they're called, but the balls, the glass balls with the electrode inside.
Yeah.
It very much looks like as you look around, you can see all these dancing lines of scorching on the rock. Like just intense electricity is.
So did this tunnel lead into like the ground floor of this larger chamber? Or are we up higher?
Like the ground level of this larger chamber.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I want to go in and just kind of start looking around like closer to the center. And you said there's something like maybe an altar or something?
There is an altar there, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go check that out.
Yeah, as you move up to the altar, it looks like it had an old stone kind of dais, whatever it is up top with this curved top. Looks like it would hold something round very well. And as you're kind of looking around it, you can see on the ground, maybe 5 feet from it, kind of on the opposite side of this from where you came in, is this large glass orb with this big crack in it.
Oh, Bohai, can I get your opinion on this? And I'll just point to the glass orb and the round indent. I think something's broken.
I'm not very good with technology, but let me take a look. I'll pick it up and
Yes, can you please
Look into
investigate
it.
this crack?
You said you pick it up?
yeah, I do have a lightning arcana as one of my
Sure.
So I know a bit about electricity and
Yeah. As you kind of move in, maybe you think it's like the light from your torches or something, but you can realize as you pick this up, it looks like there's like lightning and like roiling black mass spinning around inside this thing.
someone has captured lightning in a bottle.
Interesting. Go on.
That's all I got.
That's all you got. Okay. Do you think it would fix things if we put it back in the middle there?
I will try.
Okay. Yeah. It's either that or we have to start comparing buttocks and see whose butt would fit in there best. So.
I've got less to electrocute, I suppose.
Yeah. Bohai, you set it in this thing, and I mean, there's no change that you can tell. Luaith and Bulreg, what are you two doing now?
So, what would Bulrig be doing? This is far too intelligent for him to be doing anything of sorts. Is there anything around that he could smash?
Yeah. Ancient, very old, maybe wooden furniture that gave out to the rot a while ago. But as you're kind of scouring around for something to smash, in the back of this area, there's a skeleton lying there, an old skeleton. Not, like USSR skeleton. Looks like it's been covered over with moss and filth, partially kind of buried in the sediment here. Monstrous, probably hunched back, like spines curved and jutting out, misshapen rib cage, long arms where the finger bones are come out kind of like these points almost. But the thing that really catches you off, because you just saw like something white, like I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna smash it. But right in this thing's face, like right through like the cheekbone under the eye, there is an arrow shaft sticking out of it. Looks as old as the skeleton.
This is interesting. Bohai, I need your knowledge of the one. Is this not a symbol? An arrow? Is this a holy place?
One of his symbols. Is it actually? Or is it just an arrow?
It looks, you go look at it, you being clergy of it would know it's just an arrow.
Sometimes an arrow is just an arrow.
I see. I will rip it out then. Out of curiosity.
Yeah, you grab it, you rip it, the skull kind of cracks and breaks away as you pull it out. It's got this kind of big, kind of intricate looking arrowhead on it that's just this like blackish looking metal.
How curious. Is it possible this has been used by a specific military contingent? Perhaps something that a military law role would be able to recognize, theoretically.
I think that sounds great.
But who would have
Well,
such
it is a good thing I have that. I rolled a 9. I did not pay attention.
9's not bad. So I'll give you this.
It is quite poor. It is not good. It is like D average, barely passing. As was Bulrick's entire military intelligence career.
So yeah, looking it over, it's a high quality arrow. Doesn't look like any of the arrows that you would have come across in your military experience, but maybe given time, things might have changed. But it's really the arrowhead that stands apart. It's just this very, very mottled kind of blackish, brownish color to it.
It's not a poop head, is it?
Well, Bulrig, you would have the
I was
most
going to say,
experience
can I smell this? I am very good at smelling.
there. It is.
And I am curious if there is a foreign substance on here that might give it away.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't smell like poop. You give it a
Good.
No. So you kind of scratch it with your thumb, and as you're kind of inspecting it closer, you're sniffing it, scratching it. You can see the arrowhead had been, looks like deformed a little bit on impact with them, with the face, like it's blunted down, a little bit smushed in, and you're kind of inspecting it. You scratch it, and you can kind of almost scratch off the top layer to a dull metallic color underneath.
I will do that until I can see what is underneath. Is it perhaps possible that someone lit this arrow before firing it? And this is just scorch marks? Or is this some other type of substance?
You kind of get the feeling that it's like a tarnish almost, like oxidation.
That is a word too large for Bullrig.
Yeah. Leave a metal out for so long it rusts, but not all metals rust. Some of them change funny colors.
Maybe more of a brass or a bronze arrowhead.
Why don't you give me an intelligence test?
Ooh, I have evaluation. Would that be helpful?
That would be perfect for this. No, the only metal that kind of tarnishes in this color is silver.
Interesting. This used to be a silver arrowhead. Interesting.
Is it no longer silver? Has
Well,
it changed? Is there an alchemist here?
No, it's still silver, but it's just covered with it. It mixes with things, and then it gets covered with kind of this coloration.
See,
So
I was concerned someone was transmutating things. That is much better. I am sorry. I will be quiet.
No,
So,
it's fine. Questions are
long
good.
ago, somebody knew about this. Whatever this thing was, when it had flesh on it, was probably something nasty that they brought the silver for.
Yep. So I'm thinking that the storms are the crack on the orb, is it is it just like a surface crack, or is there actually a gap?
There's like actually a gap. Yeah.
Okay. So we have either option A, we could try to figure out how to fix this, or option B, we just finished the job. I mean, we've got pitons and bullrig. We could try to
Interesting notes. When I was an adolescent, I was in a drum band, and we were called Pitons and Bullrig. What
Really?
a coincidence.
That's
Yes.
interesting.
Are you a fan? I thought this was your first time in our
It is
lands.
my first time
Are you
here.
a deceiver? Are you lying? Have you been
I'm
here this
not-
whole time?
I've not. I mean, I've
See.
been here with you this whole time, but
Understood.
yeah, sure. But pitons and bullrig, I hope I get to hear that someday.
It was many years ago, like 4.
Ooh.
Now, I'm curious with the way this cave is aligned or whatever, like, because I'm looking to see like how this cave would face out towards the sun, like during certain times of day. See if there's anything that stands out for why. Why something? What would be different at nighttime? Like, what would maybe align differently? Like, would this line up with certain stars? Maybe something weird. I'm
Okay.
curious about that.
Yeah, that'll definitely be an intelligence test on
Okay.
that, man.
That's fair. I'm. Nah.
You're not sure. It definitely seems kind of odd, I mean, seems like it's too far back for the sun to reach. It's dim in here. It's not exactly like dark though. So
Mhm.
there's definitely some light filtering in, but you don't know of any celestial bodies or anything that would be visible through line of sight.
Since we've been in here, has there been any kind of increased activity in the orb? Does it seem to be gaining any intensity?
It is still,
Okay.
you guys left fairly early in the morning to do this, so it is
Okay.
Still middle of the day.
Okay.
And it's been just completely, other than when Bohai kind of picked it up and moved it and could see, the roiling storm inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how you fix something like this. I will say, I'm a little nervous about maybe breaking it while we're still in here in an enclosed space. If if we want to break it, I would almost say we take it out first.
I was thinking, yeah, let's take it outside. If nothing else, we can even just see what it happens if we have it outside when night falls.
Okay.
Point of clarification: is there a tunnel cave that we can continue to explore deeper into this hot stormhole?
No,
This
it
is
ends here. Yeah.
This is some bullshit. I wanted to hurt something. I will look at all
Well,
of you.
Maybe we'll get lucky, and something may yet happen that you get to hurt.
I will smash this orb with my hammer.
But that seems fair. You know,
Yeah.
I was wondering if there's like a magic eye in there looking at you funny or something. Like it's asking for it.
Wait, is there? He will lean in really close.
You lean in real close. You can definitely see the roiling storm inside, but no.
Almost looks like there's a wizard flipping you off, but you're not sure.
If you want to bring it outside, best we can do this, or I can smash it here. I will defer to you.
Well,
I'm wondering if the machine needs to be powered by a stroke of lightning, perhaps.
That's worth trying out. Let me get off the platform that you're going to fire lightning at.
Okay.
I do suggest that everyone back up a reasonable distance.
By reasonable distance, you mean outside of this cave? Yes.
Yeah.
I will wait with you, Bohai, and protect you. I shall not flee in the face of possible danger.
I'm going to
Like
go
some people.
bravely keep a lookout.
We'll be ready to run back to town to warn them if there's any trouble.
As Bart's going to leave with you guys, Bullrug will grab him. Yes, Bart and I will stay here like heroes and leave him here with me.
Chuck, I'll start with something small, just like a jolt spell.
Yeah, I won't make you roll for this either. You can just do it. You kind of set it, you back up a little bit. You send your small jolt to it, and it like the orb really kind of like it absorbs it almost. You get the sense that it just, rather than kind of like deflecting off of it or, you know, doing anything, it's just like your magic just goes right into it. And you can see the brightness just kind of affect just a little bit, and then it just kind of returns to its normal state.
Well, it definitely absorbs electricity. Safely say that.
Yes, I concur.
Looking like around on the outside, there's nothing that looks like it might be like a lightning rod that would be, you know, that would transfer it into the cave.
No. I mean, if you want to give another perception test, you certainly can.
Well, now that I have a feeling of what I want to look for, I think, yes, that's reasonable. There you go.
Yeah, that's decent. So, looking around, kind of digging through everything, looking for any signs, you're not getting any sense of like any like mechanical elements to this. Now, what you do start kind of finding as you're kind of like digging through the rubble is some small leather pouches setting around every now and then. Looks very old. Leather is held up fairly well. And these things are, you know, no bigger than like, you know, like a mandarin orange, small. And you find like 3 of them lying around.
Okay. Anything in them?
Yeah, you take one of these. It's got old cord, probably sinew or something if it's lasted this long. And you open it up, and it's got wadded up teeth or wadded up feathers, a few teeth, some kind of dirt, maybe something softer that disintegrated with time. You being of a magical background would be able to kind of pick up that this was usually you see something like this with some forms of like witchcraft and other darker arts.
I point this out to everybody.
Yeah.
Are you going to yell it down the tunnel? Because Leith and I.
No, I'll bring it back
Oh, okay.
inside and show you what I found.
All right.
I mean, do we know of any like witches?
I'd want some kind of lore test, probably tied to intelligence.
Military law.
Oh,
As we
knowledge.
know in this world, witches are renowned for the military tactics.
Let's see if I can remember
will.
anything.
No, I am just being an asshole.
No, in this situation, it could be useful.
I rolled a
That.
13.
Okay.
Huh?
So, specifically tying to, and you pulled the best out of that. You're all racking your brains. Now, the reason why I'm saying military would be useful here is because the Metro's Military Training Academy, somewhere that Bullrig has probably been before, and probably spent some time, it's set in the old desert south of the Melanir Hills. And that old desert, rumor has it that it used to be a swamp until the gods dried it out and replaced all the water with sand. And the old rumors was there's some parts of it that you don't go because it was haunted, because there was stories of an ancient witch that lived there and would take people's bodies and sew their mouths and eyes shut and hang them in cocoons. And they would use hexing bags like this. And that's really a witch's hexing bag. You would know it from the campfire ghost stories you heard around the military academy.
I will share this tale, and then I will say, but that is a very far distance from here. It is curious that this would be here. I do not know if there's any connection to Melanie, but there are stranger things in this world.
I mean, some stories things happen in threes. So maybe like she wasn't the only witch,
That could be.
or maybe she moved. She liked the swamp. The swamp was gone, so she made her own swamp.
And then somebody came at some point and stopped it. You said the body was large, but it was like hunched,
Yeah,
I think.
distorted or malformed. Kind of, if it were to stand up tall, maybe like 7-8 feet. But given the posturing of the skeleton, it probably appeared shorter than that.
So could that maybe be the witch or
Mm.
hag or something?
That all seems reasonable. Problem is, it seems like that hag's already dead. We got this lightning orb that's gonna fry us.
So scrolling back a little bit, Bohai, when I had you start looking for stuff, you rolled a 13, right?
Yes.
Okay, so not only do you find those, and it kind of sidetracks you for a little bit, but you kind of keep your search, and you find a section of wall, kind of towards the entrance, where the scarring of this looks a little different. In fact, there's a portion of the wall that is not a lot lighter, but it is a noticeable shade lighter than the rest of it with the scarring. And then it's got the newer kind of lightning scarring on it. But it very much looks like kind of like the reverse shadow silhouette of someone like a person. And kind of looking at it, it almost lines up perfectly.
Like a nuclear blast, sort of.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Cutting across, like if you look where it is and look across, you see it's right in line with this pedestal and right in line with this skeleton, dead skeleton body thing.
Okay. Yeah. Make sure I point that out to anyone. Any ideas on this? It looks like someone
Maybe it-
suffered a horrible fate
Where-
here.
Where was the orb in relation to the skeleton?
It was on the side of the pedestal of the skeleton.
Okay. So maybe the witch had the orb in their hands and someone shot them. They dropped the orb, it cracked, big flash, and that kind of took them out. I don't know.
Pretty
That
fair.
sounds reasonable. I am sorry, Lueth, after you.
No. I'm in
I was
agreement.
going to say that was very reasonable, but it does not explain why storms emerge from this hole continuously still. That is the strongest mystery that we have not yet solved, is it not? That is why we are here.
Could be that the orb is malfunctioning, or maybe it's a curse. I mean, we're dealing with
Yes.
a witch after all.
We could smash it. We could cause a cave in, perhaps, and the storms could not get out. These are things we
Maybe
might
be
try.
interesting.
Okay. So who's doing what?
Or we could
If
retrieve
I
the
might,
orbs first.
Yes.
yes, I'll knock an arrow and get and line the ball up so it can be shot from a distance away, and try to crack it with an arrow.
Yeah, you take it, let your shot go, and you hit it, and it like it hits the orb. You can see a few like small shards of this glass kind of break off. It spins, and as it does so, like a few bolts of lightning just kind of lance out from it towards the walls. Let's see here. Luaith, I need you to give me a dexterity test.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, you're fine. Yeah, one of these almost connects with you dead center, but you just like tuck and roll out of the way. If not, it would have just scorched you.
All right. So I'm more and more in favor of this this cave-in idea because maybe this thing could still generate some of the storms, a little bit less of the lightning. Because the water's great. We don't have to worry about the yams. Just a little bit less of the lightning. But I don't really know exactly how to go causing the cave-in. We don't have those stone pillars like you did yesterday.
Yeah. The other thing, and I don't know if how it would work or not, is I'd be worried that if we cause a cave in, then it just creates like a pocket that just fills and fills and fills with this energy and then eventually explodes. So I don't
Did
know.
the orb not shatter, or did it just chip?
It just chipped.
Okay, I want to shatter it. So I will shoot a few more times. If that's just not enough, then we'll figure something else out.
Yeah, you take a few more shots. Each shot hits, and it's just you're getting, yeah, okay, yeah, chips. Everyone's kind of prepared for the backlash of shooting, so you kind of further back, trying to take as much coverage, except for Bullrig. You're
I'm not afraid of lightning. I'm not afraid of something spitting out from an orb.
But yeah, these shots, these arcs. Bullrig, give me a dexterity test.
You give me a dexterity test, lightning bolt. Let's see if you can get to the elusiveness that is Bullrig. You cannot! I am too fast for you! I am quick! I move fast! I am like spider creeping off walls.
You
A
are
very
just
large, very
You
angry
catch the
spider.
lightning in your teeth.
I catch it and I throw it back and it stabs him right in the forehead. Just like Big Trouble.
awesome. Yeah, you are just dancing around these lightning bolts. But Boa, yeah, these shots aren't. You're
Not
getting
doing the
flakes
trick.
off, but it's not enough to do the job.
I got a piton.
So
Bullrig's
I would
got
Like
like
a more
to,
direct
damn
hand
hammer.
must be taken.
if I can, I would like to use a exploration stunt. I had 5 stunt
Yeah.
points. I was going to use with the flourish, but that is beneath Bullrig.
Okay.
I would like to use the object of your attention. So I want you to get a +1 bonus to further test to examine or perceive additional aspects of the object of your test until the time or venue changes. Is it possible Bullrig, with his unique intellect, might be able to determine a different manner of dislodging this thing or some
Yeah.
such?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, since you've got the stunt, I won't make you roll for it because dancing away from the lightning was pretty cool. So you showed up, right? The orb had this big cleave taken out of it, this big crack. And the only other thing in here that could have possibly done it was this silver arrow that was buried in the witch's face.
Ah. How interesting. Should we fire the arrow then at it? Is that what the conclusion?
Worth a shot.
Try it. I'll reload the shine it up first. Get the gook off it so that the silver can shine through.
Yeah, you do.
Take the shot.
You take the shot. You're careful.
Gonna aim right for the crack.
Yeah, you get it aligned just right. You plant this arrow right in this crack, and it's just this. For a second, you don't think it does anything until you realize the arrow is kind of sticking out of it, just vibrating violently, almost to the point like that it appears blurry. And then there's just this boom, as just this thick cloud just expands in the tunnel. Everyone give me a strength test. Might will do, because I know you've got that focus. That would be appropriate.
Oh no. Strength. Why'd it have to be strength?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
down there it is.
all right.
Oh,
It
some stun
looks
points.
like Bullrig is the only one who clears this. Everyone else, this impact, this explosion, it's so much force that it just throws you all back against the cavern walls. Each of you will take 8 points of damage.
Oof.
Armor can help with that.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
3
goodness.
points of armor now.
Bullrig, you just weather this shit. Just nah.
I would like to counterattack on this. I would like to swing and make an attack at this thing, please. This mist, this dust, whatever it might be. I
Make
will
it.
swing my hammer.
Yeah, roll me an attack.
Okay. Oh god. All right. 22
Good
with
God.
6 stun points.
Well, it's a good thing you did, because I was about to make you all roll a perception test as this fog starts coalescing into 3 forms. Oh, of course, my token image doesn't pull through right. As
I will
this,
coalesce it back into one.
yeah, as this, it turns into these 3 cloud storm looking dudes. And your 22 with 6 stunt points absolutely hits.
I will go ahead, and since there are 3 of them, you
Yeah.
said,
Yeah.
I prefer to use dual strike. I will hit 2. And then I would like to, for my other, trying to see, I have like 2 more because I think I had 6 stun points. And then for the other one, I will.
Mighty blow.
Yes. Bullrick is not one to mince strategy. He just swings really hard. So I'll roll this normal, and then I'll do like the 2d6 for
Sure.
or is it the 1d6 for
1d6.
the extra? Yeah. So, all right. So I feel like I'm forgetting something, but 15 points of damage to 2 of them.
Okay.
And then an additional 4 points of damage to 1 of them.
Okay. So the first one you hit takes the 15. Takes the 15. And then the first one takes the additional 4. Yeah, as they reel back, kind of their forms get a little fuzzy with this hard impact. And then let's go ahead and roll initiative.
It's always gone pear-shaped when you got to roll initiative.
Touch that.
All right. So Bullrig, the one that you initially hit, kind of forms together and just slams into you hard.
I slam back into it.
12. Does that clear your defense?
Barely. I will allow it.
Okay. As it lays down 7 points of damage. This
Sorry.
Yeah, like it hits you, you can see like this static electricity kind of like dances along your armor. But yeah, you're tough. Doesn't
Are you trying to tickle me, weird creature?
instead of any kind of like audible response, it's just the sound of like a howling storm. All right, the other one, this is the one that hasn't taken an act or hasn't been hit. It's actually going to aim an arc of lightning right at you, Brawl.
Hooray.
I know this says slam, but I didn't. Yeah. 12. Does that hit?
It ties my defense, so I do believe it does.
Yeah. And then that is going to hit you for 6 points of damage.
Goodness, I have armor.
Luath.
All right. Well, I guess the thing to do is to shoot the one that's already been damaged the most.
Yeah. That would be the first one that Bullrig hit.
It's gonna be what I'm gonna do. Do they have more than 5 decks?
They do.
Damn. Okay. Well, I'm still gonna shoot them.
18 does hit.
Okay.
Did you just get 18 points of damage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit.
It could have been worse. It's 2d6 plus 3 and then perception.
Yeah, your arrow or your arrow, so your bolt just tears through this thing. And it just dissipates. It has been destroyed.
You're a terrible host. You're very rude.
Just set you free.
Bullrig.
Well struck, Lueth. I shall kill this next one. I will take aim, and at the other one that I damaged.
Yeah.
And I will swing at this one. I will laugh the whole time. Ha 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 ha. It is very intimidating. I will do aim. That's not a good roll. I rolled very poorly.
We do have a banked reroll if you want to use it.
I will use it. It is a very bad roll.
Yeah. At least,
I do not appreciate it.
yeah.
I will hit
And you still got
Foundry
an
if it does
11.
that again. 14 is better. Not great.
14 does not clear the defense, though.
I see. I see. I shall let you live for one more round, creature. Only so that you might tickle me once more. I found it amusing.
Okay. And this is the one you just swung at, so it is going to try and slam into you. 13.
That's it.
12 damage.
Did we heal, by the way, for overnight?
Yeah, you would have healed overnight. Yeah.
All right. So I would have been at full. That is a little bit. Oh, did we offend you by killing your friend? You will be much more offended when I kill you. So yeah, it does do a couple more points.
Okay. Brawl.
All right. I'm gonna maneuver around the one that is in front of Bullreg. I'm gonna try to stab it with my short sword. And there. And let's see here.
15 does
15 hit.
not hit.
Didn't think so.
Okay. Bohai.
Okay. I will let loose with a shock blast.
Sure.
Is there any of them not engaged right now?
Yes, there was the one that tried to send a lightning bolt at Brawl. It
Right.
is not engaged.
Okay. Okay. Yep. Let's do that. Jolt. Sorry. The tabletop is being kind of slow.
Yeah.
Here we go.
13 does not hit.
I think that's just to kick off the spell.
Yeah, that's the kick
Oh,
off
I'm sorry.
spell.
Yeah. Okay.
I only needed an 11 for the spell to
Okay,
work.
cool.
2 penetrating damage, and they must succeed in a TN 11 Constitution Stamina test versus my spell power, which is now a 13.
Okay. Pulled a 10. So yeah.
Okay, so you're stunned on your next turn. Cannot take major actions. Only a single minor action is allowed. So 2 penetrating
Nice.
damage and stunned.
Okay.
That cost me 1 extra power point because I'm wearing armor.
Is there a stunned icon? Hey, I'll go with that. Okay. This one's turn comes around. It is stunned, turning us back to Luaith.
Well, let's see. Don't really want to take the time to reload the gun. Feels like a shotgun's a bad idea in here. Probably just not going to go over my friends. So I guess I'll come in on the one that Bullrig was already kind of cornering. I'll say, thanks for softening him up so much, big guy. This is all you. I'm just mopping up.
That is fine. You are being tactical. We outnumbered them 3-1, which means you get +2 on your attack.
Holy shit. 21 to hit. Yeah, and
nice.
actually +2 to that would be a 23.
Okay. Let me look at my stunts.
6 stun.
Well done, Bart. Well done. Your influence here clearly has rubbed off on Luaith.
He's taught me a lot. It's taught me a lot. You know what I think I'm going to do? lethal blow, and because rogues get to make it cheaper, I'm going to do lethal blow and pierce armor.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if they really have armor or not. Maybe their magical nature is somewhat armored.
Okay. Yeah, give me some damage.
Okay, I'll do it first, and then I'll roll an extra 2d6.
8 base.
8 base. And then another 9.
Fuck. Yeah, you slay this one.
Nice.
1 remains, and it's already taken its turn this round. Bolrig.
Bullreg will turn and look at the last one. It is stunned, yes?
Yeah.
He will say he will charge at it. He'll take the charge action, which means he will get a +1. And then he will attack, of course. Just checking one thing. Yep, +1. No one is adjacent to this one?
No, everyone's done ranged against this one. I guess Bohai's done ranged, so no one's adjacent to this one.
Okay, I will swing. 14 again. This is stupid.
It is stunned, so I'm going to adjust its defense a little bit because most of its defense is coming from a high dexterity. So with that, it will hit.
I will swing and hurt it for 14 damage.
All right, 14 damage. Okay, it's still up. Hey there, Divine Nation. Thanks for that follow. Brawl.
All right. I will I will do the same as Bullrig. I'll charge it.
Sure.
Once
again, it's stunned, so I'm reducing its dexterity bonus a little bit.
again.
16 hits, 5 stunt points.
Ooh.
Nice.
Then I will do. So I will do a mighty blow with a lightning attack. So
Sure.
I'll do a second attack.
Okay.
So I'll do the second attack roll here real quick.
Second attack will hit.
All right. So. So this is the first hit with the extra die damage. So that's 11.
All right.
And one more time for 7.
Okay. Your 2 fast slashes with the sword do the job as you slay this last one. All these clouds and everything that are billowing around you, you realize that they've been all pouring out the tunnel behind you. They all just slowly start to dissipate. The little lightning arcs and static starts to kind of dissipate. And after a few minutes, you're standing in this, cave, shattered globe.
Interesting.
Yeah. You did it.
I think we did.
Man, they're not going to believe this.
We've solved 2 problems in 2 days.
Indeed. Although we have probably opened them up for the yams because the soil is going
This
to
is
dry
true.
out some.
Okay. Yeah, if there's nothing else you want to do in here, you're free to climb back out and shimmy down the rope.
We'll make sure that Bart's the one who carries the pieces into the town.
Yeah. Everyone, when you get back, they're terrified. They're worried. They're like, it's never happened during the day before, but then it just suddenly stopped. What?
Well, it will be no more now.
That's
You're all
fantastic.
safe.
You've saved us again.
We have defeated your Quarterlings. We have defeated your Stormhole. What more do we have to do? What other problems ail you?
I mean, if you want to keep helping things,
You are speaking to people who destroyed the weather. Ensure that your task is up to and proportionate to our skills.
I mean, there's always, you know,
If you send me on a fetch quest, you will be very disappointed in what happens.
it's not it would be more of a murder quest.
No,
We're good at
of
those.
course not. No, absolutely not.
Well, not
Murder? Mm-mm.
well, not
No.
like assassination, or just, you know, if you want to help us out some more, we can't fish the deep lake because of the beast.
Oh, this is not murder. Don't be foolish. This is a
That's-
beast. It is not murder. This is hunting.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay.
You fool. Do you not have schools here?
No, we don't.
Bullrig opens the orphanarium / school in the implying.
We just call that history repeating itself.
Yeah. So we're gonna go on a fishing trip, then we're gonna start the orphanage / school.
Yeah, no, there's in the deep water, you know, there's the beast. We don't know what it is.
Say no more.
Oh.
We shall take care of it. Come, friends. Let us go. Going.
Bullrig, hold it. We'll need a boat. And we may want to work out the logistics of fighting on or underwater.
We shall swim down
I
and fight
don't
it
need
where
to
it's at.
breathe,
That is the
but-
most honorable way to attack it.
Also, if Bohai starts throwing around electricity underwater, I don't want to be in the water.
Well, I am more than just a one-trick pony. I can throw more than
Oh,
just
good.
lightning.
Oh, good. I wasn't sure.
I just have a preference for lightning. That's
I
all.
can understand that. I respect that. It's
Borders
very
on a
impressive.
fetish, but let's not judge.
No judgment here.
Talk of going underwater, Luetha will just kind of like covetously hold his rifle and look very disappointed.
I will go to the edge of the lake. I will walk inside of it a ways, and then I will scream very loud, and it will come to me. That is the way of the world. That is how
okay.
it works. And we will fight it half in the water, half on land. This is fair. This is honorable.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Honorable.
we'll try that plan. I think that's a good place to start with that plan.
Okay.
Bullrig, you march to the shore.
God.
You march into the water about waist height. Now the shore is fairly busy. There's small boats out and about. There's people kind of working along the mud a little ways in, probably going for like clams or shit. Just give me a communication test.
Does my bargaining apply?
High or low?
Hi.
No.
Okay. It's okay. Communication is much better than intelligence. 14.
I'll tell you this. It's not enough to draw it to you. But
Cowards.
in the distance in the lake, you hear this deep thrumming, like bubbling roar coming out. And
Shall Bubble roar thrum at it as well?
like you can see like way out there some large shape kind of like just briefly breach the water and head back in. And it's big.
I have scared it away. It will no longer harm this village.
Problem solved.
I'm going to assume we've caught our breath before this happened, right?
No, it doesn't sound like it.
Oh, the mechanic is immediately after combat.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
That was only a couple of points down, but still, you never know.
Yeah.
I
Well,
suppose we must now do what Bohai says and get what was the word you used? Log cabin.
We're gonna
We shall
get
get a
boat.
log
Yeah.
cabin and a boat, and we shall go fight this thing.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yes.
okay. So you've
Oh,
all made
man.
it through what I had ready for tonight. So we'll call it here a little early. That's fine. I'll tell you what, we're gonna pick up next
Is it
session.
Chuck? Is it really? Is it fine?
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah. We'll pick up next session. I don't think going through the act of negotiating and getting a boat sounds very fun.
Mhm.
So we're just going to pick up next session if you want, where you all have secured a boat.
Hmm.
Sure.
And you can go do the thing if you want.
Good with that.
Sure. Why not?
Why not?
You can get some
Fine.
spears, some rope. I assume you've got some like old whiskey barrels or something.
Can you modify your firearms to shoot harpoons?
What kind of gun is it?
It's an arquebus. It's more of a rifle.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So that's what we'll do. Not next week, because I'll be at Gen Con.
Hmm.
But we should be good the week after that.
All right.
Cool.
Cool.
Let's do some closing plugs. Jeff, you want to lead us out?
Twitch.tv/lollygaggers. On Friday, we'll be playing Hunter the Reckoning. On
Excellent.
Saturday, we'll be doing some One Ring Second Edition. And on Monday, we'll be back to Holler for Savage Worlds.
I'm really digging your hunter game.
Did
Thank
we
you.
just do Heart
Yeah.
this? We just did Heart this past week, didn't we?
We have Hot this.
Mhm.
No.
It was
Yeah, we
Goodman
did it last
Games
Saturday. No. We did it last Saturday. So
Okay. So we're doing. We should put up. Fucking
we
Christ.
have Heart on
Words.
Saturday.
Okay.
We have Heart on Saturday.
Okay.
I just beat a Brett.
Yes. Jeremy, tell us about this Patreon.
Yeah, everybody's on Patreon. You've got comics, RPG assets, tokens, maps, good stuff. Check it out.
Very cool. John, you got anything happening?
I was going to be running Savage Rifts next week, but now it's been pushed back to August 18th. So I don't have anything really going on for a couple of weeks, except for stuff here, which, Friday, I don't know if we got stuff going on, but yeah. But otherwise, you can find some of my stuff. I do Savage Rifts. I've been doing that over at the Slices and Dices, so twitch.tv/slices and dices.
I don't have
Yeah.
one yet.
Otherwise, you can find them on the YouTubes and
Cool.
stuff. So yeah.
Very cool. Bert.
Well, this Friday we've got some BX Dungeons and Dragons playing in the Star World. Saturday, Cyberpunk Red. We're doing a kind of a mishmash between the Friends sitcom and Cyberpunk. It's quite fun. Yeah, we've got a few episodes in the can, and our third one's coming up.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. This Sunday, what's going on this Sunday? This Sunday is
Shadowrun?
Shadowrun, maybe. Yeah, unless you're going to be gone.
No, I don't leave
Yes.
till Tuesday. So
Okay. So Shadowrun using the Champions Now system
cool.
should be fun. But there we go.
Very cool. On Defenders, today is Wednesday. Nothing tomorrow. Friday, like John mentioned, 10 p.m. Central, we're doing Dungeon Crawl Classics, digging through our Dead Sun campaign. Where a monster ate the sun, and the party's just living in that world. Like Jeff mentioned, and Chuck confused, twitch.tv/Grim and Perilous Plays, 9 p.m. Central for some heart. Yeah. Jeff, did you say, are we playing on Monday?
Yeah, I'm good for Holler if you guys are.
Okay. I'll still be here, so I'm
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's what we got. I don't know. Until we see you next time, do stuff and things. Goodbye.
Nicely. Bye.
I don't have the thing queued up. So we just sit here awkwardly for a moment.
You gotta come up
Sitting
with a
here.
new sign off.
I
Chuck,
do.
now that you
I
can't
still-
use your
Sitting-
usual.
Sitting around awkwardly is like my main thing. so-
Yeah. I haven't come
Okay.
up with a new one. My old one was so good. But
for a moment, I did think Jeremy was frozen.
Jeremy does
And-
that. He's very good at that.
He's very good at it. He's very good at it.
Yeah. All right.
He knows what
Joel.
happens, though. He knows what happens when he does this. Add it to the collection.
There you go. Perfect. All right. We'll catch you all later.